Imagine standing at the end of a street that could decide your election. You don't have a big budget or a famous leader, but you do have the one thing that still cuts through the noise: a real conversation. In a world where loyalties are looser and people switch parties from one election to the next, an effective way to build trust isn't another ad. It's a knock on a door and a minute of genuine listening. That is why canvassing in electorally important neighborhoods matters. Done well, it does 3 jobs at once. It helps you find your voters. It gives you a chance to persuade people who are open to you. And later, when it counts most, it helps you turn supporters into actual votes. So it's not easy to do, but it's well worth it. Start by choosing your streets with care. Look for places where your vote is already present but under-organized, where turnout is a little lower than it could be, and where houses are close enough that a small team can cover a few blocks in an evening. Cut the area into small walkable patches so 2 people can finish them in one go. Go when people are most likely to be in, usually early evening on weekdays or late morning on weekends. But be mindful of times you would also not want to answer the door. If everyone is having dinner, you can expect some annoyance. And whatever you do, always be considerate. Step back from the door, introduce yourselves and ask if now is a good time. You're there for a short, focused chat, not a debate club at the doorstep. Open with something simple and local. Explain who you are, why you're on this street, and ask one open question about what matters most to them. Then listen. If someone is clearly opposed, thank them and move on. Your time is precious and respect goes a long way. If they're undecided or curious, give a short human answer about what you would change for this neighborhood and why your party is the right vehicle for that change. Keep it to a minute. The goal is not to win an argument, but to build a bridge and learn where they stand. If they are talking a lot, that is a good sign. When you feel that bridge, make one clear ask. In the early phase of a campaign, that ask is usually to identify support. Could we count on your vote? If yes, offer a small next step that suits them. Maybe a window poster, a newsletter sign-up, or permission to keep in touch. If they're enthusiastic, ask if they could spare an hour to help at a stall or deliver a few leaflets on their street. If they mention a local problem, take a note and promise a reply. Then keep that promise. Closing the loop within a day or 2 turns a polite chat into a lasting relationship. Capture only what you need and only what they volunteer. A first name if offered, a simple sense of support from 1 to 5, the key issue they raised, and whether they agreed to be contacted. Leave a friendly leaflet with a QR code for people who prefer to sign up online in their own time. Back at base, log what you learned and follow up on any actions immediately. A short thank you message and a link to a specific local update shows you were listening and prevents the conversation from fading away. You are not a salesperson trying to get a target as quick as possible. You are here for the long play. A newsletter sign-up can eventually lead to much more. So don't be pushy and take the small wins. Definitely, if you are starting out, these can be gold. And the most important thing, if they have a positive memory to this exchange, that will definitely have a positive impact on their vote later. So in every conversation, be warm and curious. Never badmouth other parties. Tell people what you will do. Don't push if someone says they don't want to talk. Avoid sunglasses on your face when speaking to residents. Keep your hands visible and never assume anything about the person who answers the door. If you're a small party, efficiency is everything. Work in pairs, keep conversations to a minute or 2, and measure what you do so you can do it better. Track how many doors you tried, how many people you actually spoke with, how many supporters you identified, and how many actions they took after the conversation. You're not chasing perfection, you're looking for steady improvement week to week, so you can place your limited people where they have the greatest effect. Over time, your map fills with real knowledge, which streets like your story, which concerns keep coming up, and where you should send your candidate to knock the last few doors before polls close. Finally, connect the doors to the rest of your campaign. Tell your communications team what you're hearing so your messages reflect real concerns. Reinforce your presence with a stall on the same high street the following weekend, and a short, friendly email to everyone who opted in. Like with so many things also here, repetition is key. As election day approaches, go back to the supportive streets you identified and help them plan their vote. That is the moment when a conversation months earlier turns into a cross in a box. Canvassing isn't glamorous and it won't flood your socials with likes. It is hard work and many people find it difficult to ring a stranger's doorbell. But for a small party, it can be key for growing your base, one person at a time. Every evening on the doorstep builds trust, maps your support, and brings new people into your cause. Keep it short, kind, and disciplined, and you'll feel the difference. Street by street, block by block, until those conversations add up to something big.